Hey, welcome back to Command Block Survival. I'm over here by the chunk loader that we made last episode, and I'm working on making the mountain look, well, it's gonna look nicer, I promise. I'm just working on it a little bit more. And one of the things that I was thinking about is, have you ever had a recipe, an item that you don't use purely because you hate crafting it? And the reason I ask is because I'm about to incorporate some copper here. I was thinking like maybe some copper steps, maybe weathered stuff, which looks better. I think I like the orange, but we need to cover it up with some vines. But as it gets dark here, we need some lighting, and torches don't look great. You know what would look great is lanterns. Of course, I don't have any crafted because I do not like crafting lanterns. I actually really like how they look though. And in particular, I think copper lanterns would look really nice. But there's so many stages to the crafting. You have to make the nuggets, you gotta make torches from the nuggets. And then you have to make the lanterns, and if you only have one stack, then you only make about 6 lanterns. It's just, ugh. And if we just try this out here, make something to hang the lantern from. Yeah, I mean, like, look at those colors. It does look really good. I just don't want to craft more. And instead of taking the boring, like, minute or two to craft how many lanterns I would need, I figured, let's learn more about Autocrafters instead. And there really is something to learn because this is my previous Autocrafter. You might be thinking, that looks like a nightmare of redstone. Correct, it is. I'm not very good at making these things because I don't usually look up tutorials. Makes it more interesting for me, and then I figure that you guys never know what you're gonna get, so it keeps it interesting for you too. But I want to make better Autocrafters, and I want to make ones that are generally applicable so we could like remember a design. Like, you cannot remember this. It's so convoluted. Oh boy. So then the goal today is not just to make any old Autocrafter, but one that's simple and memorable. So we have our heading. Let's see, what should we do first? Well, here's the first big thought that I had. So that other Autocrafter is made by putting these droppers like right next to the Autocrafter, and obviously it gets really crammed really fast and you can't even put 9 different items in. And in thinking about how to put in more items, I was like, oh, what if we used hoppers? Then we could have, like, say the droppers go in. Imagine those droppers are pointing the correct direction. But then you could, you could have more inputs. And because hoppers move things in order, you could have one thing be first, one thing be second, one thing be third, so on. So that might be a good way to do a really simple Autocrafter. But then, of course, adding to our problems, we have these 2-stage recipes where we not only have to craft the copper lantern, we have to craft nuggets, we have to craft torches then with the nuggets, and copper lanterns with the nuggets. So this could be tricky. So I thought we'd start off and try something a bit unconventional. So copper golems, when they look in a chest, they're looking for an item to be there. Actually, wait, let me make sure. Hey, wait, I just realized he walked right out of here. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh boy, come back here. Where's my leads? There we go. So copper golems need an item to exist in the chest. But if we have this hopper locking setup, which I'll show you in a moment, there should always be at least one item. So for starters, I just want to see like how fast is this? Is it even feasible? Let's get a few nuggets as well. He actually opens it and fails to put it in. Is that because he's standing on it? Yeah, he like half opens it. That is very interesting. I wonder if that's a bug or not. Huh, and then he found it. Strange. Anyways, so once he's distributed everything, my thinking is we can press this button. The hoppers will be off for a moment. They'll pull like one item out. And then because of the order of these hoppers, it will put them in. That's too many sticks. That's weird. The copper nuggets. Oh, I put it backwards. That's why. The copper nuggets should be here. Okay, they're in the first slot now. It matters because of the hopper order here. We do this. Let's trigger the button again and see what happens. I think it's spitting too many items out. Yeah. What about an observer with the button? It triggers twice, but it's too short for the torches to go off. What about an observer plus a repeater for a shorter pulse? Is that enough? What? Why? The sticks went first. Or, well, before the coal. Because the coal's in the second slot. He has full copper armor. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's the first time I've seen that. Whoopee. 0 durability copper leggings. Hang on just a second. Okay, so I swapped the observer sides because I found something interesting here. Nothing in here. We press the button once, and you'll notice that's the correct order. Okay, to show you what's going on, we're going to try something a little crazy here. I'm going to make sure to eat. Hopefully this old device still works. No. Okay, that's fine. We'll do what it was going to do manually. So the game's frozen, so if we press this button, nothing actually happens. You'll notice the button actually stays depressed. And if we advance the tick to the next one, you can see the observer is lighting up, and eventually the repeater will light up here. Boom, there it is. And if we advance it, there we go. The redstone torches turn off. So now they're pulling an item from each chest. We'll go one more tick, and you can see that each item is in its respective hopper for a moment. We'll advance it one more tick. Well, actually a few ticks. So we can see the copper nugget goes in first as expected. The coal and the stick are here again as expected. Wait, what? The coal went... This is what's supposed to happen, but it's happening from the wrong side now. The only thing I can think of is I disconnected this piece of redstone dust. This triggers the actual craft. Let's just try this one more time. Oh. Oh, is it locking this hopper? Wait, hang on. Okay, that'll stop the hopper from locking. That was the problem. It was just me being very bad at redstone. Okay. So previously, while I was timing everything with repeaters, we're timing it with just the order of the hoppers instead, which of course is much easier to do. Yep, worked again. Okay. But you can see the simplicity of this is very high, memorability very high. We just have like hoppers in a line. So this is great if our recipe uses one of each item. But the thing is, once we get to the next stage here, we're going to need 8 of the same item. And it's going to need to be an item that we were using earlier too, which is going to complicate things. So this is definitely a great problem to solve for a general autocrafting solution. Okay, I'm struggling here. I'm trying to make a pulse duplicator so we can have 8 things come out of this one and just 1 come out of this one. And while I kind of can make stuff work, like this is not simple. This is very huge and this only doubles it twice. 2 for 1. So I've sort of come to the realization that I think I don't quite have the knowledge I need. And so I don't normally do this, but I'm actually going to look up some tutorials. We're not going to copy them. We will just learn from their techniques. Okay, so this is interesting. It's a totally different way of looking at it. So I watched a couple of tutorials, and the strategy basically is keep the recipe in here. And that way, when you pour items in, it makes sure they go to the right slot. Now, like I said, I'm not interested in copying his design, just the technique, although the tutorials are in the description if you want to go look at them. But we need to figure out how to get... So he was tracking the hoppers, and effectively it was predicated on all of the slots being filled, which means you need to have a lot of excess items, which I don't have. So we need to make the poor man version. And I was thinking if we could track the crafter, The problem is it only detects slots that are filled. So it makes no distinction between just one item in every slot or a full stack. So yeah, what? This is 9. Yeah. So here's my basic thought, which might be kind of dumb, but I was thinking, so we can tell that there's 9 slots filled in the crafter. And the only way that we could tell that there's 2 layers of stuff is we would have to suck out 9 items with the hopper. And if there's still 9 slots filled in here, then we can put those items back in and craft, which sounds a bit convoluted probably, because it is. That's where we're starting. It doesn't go out 1 slot at a time. I was going to compare them with 2 outputs, you know, checking if they both were at 9. But because the center slot has like extra items in it, when it pulls, it makes sure to empty this slot rather than just picking 1 from each one. Okay, so that's not going to work then. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Let's combine the 2. So we'll preload the recipe and we'll combo it with the hopper line. So we'll fill in the items here. Get a few more nuggets. And then if we trigger this, one of the green torches gets sent, but there's a pulse extender on the one where we need to get 8 sent. And because the recipe's already there, it just fills it in. So we don't need the perfect order. Cool. And then the last little bit is just making sure that we have enough items in the chest to actually craft. And if we don't, then we have a locking mechanism here, and it will just lock this repeater if we power this. So now signals can't go through because we don't have enough copper nuggets. And you'll notice the way I had to do this was using some non-stackable items so that we can actually move this thing. So once we get 8, it goes to 2, and then that will turn this off, and then it unlocks everything. And so we can adjust this like as we need to. Like if certain recipes only need like 3 or something, then we would just add 5 items. You know, putting this all together, it no longer looks simple. Okay, I think that's the last piece of redstone, assuming I didn't do anything wrong, which, you know, usually I do something wrong, but oh yeah, 8 copper nuggets went down here. That's where they're supposed to go. 1 didn't go in here. Oh. No. Oh. Right as I was. Oh my goodness. I'm almost done. Oh boy. Okay, I believe I have a working prototype. We're going to try each layer individually. So we'll put in a few items here. And what should happen is we should get more copper nuggets, just 1 at a time. 8. 9. Okay, so it's given us 1 at a time. Very good, very good. The other 8 go down to the bottom. Oops, right here. Yeah, they're accumulating. We probably don't even need the slime blocks because they accumulate so much. And then at the bottom layer, we need to have the pattern entered. This one is not ordered like the middle layer there. So we'll put in 1 green torch and hopefully we get 4. Or wait, no, 1. Oh, we did. And there's still, oh. And then now we have to test the middle layer. So we have copper nuggets already. I need sticks and coal. Wait, where did all my sticks and coal go? Man, I must have used up a lot more, whoops, than I realized. Well, anyway, put the coal in there, make a few sticks like that. And now we shall see if the middle layer works right here. Wait, that's a yes, except for some reason this line didn't trigger. That's strange. Did you see that guy trying to sneak up on me? Man, he is about to destroy a lot of hard work. You're not getting away that easy. Oh, wait. I didn't change anything. Oh, is there just one? Oh, it did make. It's been working the whole time. Gotcha. Okay, we'll just take that out. That one's not supposed to be preloaded with a recipe. Okay, and I've added looping functionality so that they'll actually keep going now. So we should be able to just put in all of our resources. There must have already been some sticks. Yeah, there's some sticks in there. Okay, so let's go down here and just see if we get copper lanterns. 5, 6. Oh, it's working. Oh, that seems like it's giving extra items. That's strange. Oh, huh. It evened out. That's, what? Weird. Well, it's working. We made a 3-stage Autocrafter. I did not understand what a request that was. Actually, in a sense, it's a 4-stage Autocrafter because the copper ingots, let me show you this. Yeah, so the nuggets go into this chest and 8 get split down to where the copper lanterns are made and 1 gets split to the green torches. So that effectively works like a whole extra stage. So there's basically 4 stages. Oh my word, it works though. Are you ready to do something else? I am. I think we should remember though, the main thing we learned was preloading recipes in crafters is a really good idea. So we are in the first pre-release of 1.21.9, and that means they've added some things. So you might notice the NPC text that was above this guy's head before is gone. They've updated mannequins in quite a few different ways, and I want to look at some of those. There's one right off the bat. What are all the poses you can do? Man, there's a lot of different ones. There's even sleeping. Wow, that's going to be really flexible for a lot of map makers. That's cool. I do know they fixed one of the other things that was bugging me. So you can move these guys, which is like, that's kind of annoying. So I needed a teleport command to actually keep him in that same location. But there's an immovable tag. And I think if we set that to true, it works a lot like the no AI tag. Yeah, so you can't push them around anymore. Perfect, perfect. Sweet, so I can actually get rid of one of these command blocks. Oh, yep, TP right here. See ya. Okay, there's this cool new setting where you can change the elytra texture. There's overrides now, but I can't figure out where the texture would be stored, because you have to put the texture path. Man, I finally found the where the textures are, and seems like the only texture available is just the regular elytra texture, because that's all that's stored by default in there. Well, if I put a capital letter, I can go back to the default cape. Or I can just remove the data. Either way. Oh, but yeah, you can modify the description and stuff and hide things, and yeah, a lot of cool changes. Well, just for funsies, I updated it so we can use the poses now. So troll. And I added the elytra textures, although technically there's really only 2. You can do the default texture, or you can do whatever the profile linked texture is. So, yeah, they might update that in the future. For now, there's just 2 options. Okay. Man, too bad that those elytra textures and capes textures appear to be inaccessible. I was pretty excited about that. I was just building up this area and I had kind of a fun idea. What if one of these steps is a trapdoor and it could just like close on us? This area is starting to look really nice with the copper. Really, really liking how this is turning out. I probably need to weather some of this stuff. Oh yeah, I hid the redstone. And I spaced the stairs out. Oop. So there's a little bit of parkour to it. You gotta get some momentum. And then we got the little output chest here, and I was going to put a copper golem up top here, actually. He might sort things incorrectly when there is a, when the items are not like all the way in there, but I figured I'd give him a chance to sort. And it's a lot nicer because we can just put the items in there and then he'll just handle all of it. Oh, he already put the wrong item in. Okay, well, he might not stay there long. But the good news is the copper lanterns are looking super cool with this area. I really like the chains plus the lanterns like hanging off of the steps. I made a little area for our thing that collects items from the end portal. And it's like a fallen over thing and the chest is like hidden in there. No way. At least this part's easy. Man, I just finished this whole side. Ugh. Guess I need some more lights around here. Good thing we have a lot. I'm also swapping out regular torches for green torches just because we kind of can. I might change the green torches later. But it's kind of interesting. It's cool that there's like something that's like easier to hide, you know, if you're putting it underneath leaf blocks, it's not as obvious. Well, cool. I really like this area now. And I really like the fact that we have easy access to lanterns. This is pretty awesome. I'm just gonna put the stuff in manually since this seems to be a little too challenging for him. I wish you could like lock chests so that the golems would always put stuff in even if it didn't have items in it, but it's all good. But there we are, getting some copper lanterns. Awesome. Well, I think that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really like working with the redstone stuff. Oh, they must spawn up there. Oh man. But yeah, it's fun figuring out all the puzzles and things. But that's going to do it for this episode. So like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it, and I'll see you in the next one. And I'll see that creeper never. All right, bye.